So the next step then is to create the handrail. So you already sort of know how to do the rail itself. The more important part, I think, is doing the hardware for the rail. So I'm going to sort of simplify my model and just, take the center line curve and offset it. Sorry, offset curve. No, it's just offset, sorry. Offset. And I'm going to move it out 3 inches because I did 2 inches, right? So it's a 1-inch gap. Yeah, let's do 3 inches. Simplify it. Pulled out there. Okay, so I simplified this. I just kind of brought it inboard of the rest of the curve there. Oh, I made it solid. Darn. Need to review these things. Offset. I do not want it capped. None. There we go. So it still sits a little bit too high. I need to move it down. So I'll take it, let's see, it was 42, so I'll just take it down. Oops, -1 foot. There we go. And then it's as simple as just doing a pipe. So pipe, select the curve. I'm going to say I want it to be radius 0.75 inches, end radius the same, no point for next radius, and then it's good to go. Oh, I'm on the wrong, well, I'll drop it on this one. Okay, so that creates the handrail and the guardrail at the top. And so really the detail is just about how you want to model those little anchors, right? And there are a million different ways of doing it. This one is pretty simple. It has a disc on either side that gets tightened like a screw or a bolt. And then it has an arm, just a pipe arm that goes up to the actual rail itself. So the simple form for me is I'm just going to go into the side view here and start developing what that actually looks like. So I'm going to begin modeling it somewhat, off in space a little bit. And I'll create another layer for this. I'll call it hardware. Make it gold. Sure. I'll start off with a simple circle to get the sizing right. So I'm going to say diameter, I'll make this 3 inches. Yeah, it looks about right. And I will extrude, well, let me just drop it onto the surface first. I think that'll probably be a good method here. So I'm going to grab it here in the top view and just bring it back to a point where, near is not really something you want to have on often. So I'll just drop it on the surface there. Now it lives right here and you can watch it in 3D. Ghosted. Okay. There we go. Extrude. I'll extrude it, let's say 0.75. It went the opposite direction that I wanted, so I'll just move it back. Right, then it's as simple as just taking the same thing, you copy it from this face to the outside face, and then you've got both sides ready to go. And the next step really is to just, create the actual armature. So this one sits really low right now. If you look at the one that you're kind of emulating, it sits pretty close to the height of the rail itself. So I'm going to slide this up a bit. A little more than that. Something like that. And then you just draw the curve, create the pipe, and then put it in place, make it a group, and then you can kind of just copy and paste it along the whole path. So I'll do a polyline that with project on starts from the center of that disc and goes to, I'll take it to the edge of the rail itself. And then I'll do, if you type in A, it creates an arc, and I can anchor it to the center line. And then type in L to switch back to a line, and I put it right there. So that's how you create a polyline with a curve in it. I think I showed that to you before, right? No? Well, that's new. It's powerful. You should know how to do it. So this is going to be my next element that goes with the hardware there. So I'm going to create a pipe out of this, and I'll make it a little bit smaller. So in fact, I'll make this diameter of a 1/2 inch. Same thing. No midpoint. Wow, that's way too thick. Alright, hold on. Pipe. Diameter of 1/4 inch. Same thing. There we go. It's a little better. So the curve is sort of off in space, so it actually lives right here. So now in the top view, I can grab that, move it to where the disk is, like that, and actually maybe 1/2 inch wasn't so bad, now that I'm looking at it. Get rid of that. 1/2 inch is going to be better. I also want to pull this down, to be honest. That just looked way too... -0.5 inches. Oops, sorry. Negative 1.5 inches. Yeah, we'll try that out. So the cool part is I can just kind of edit this whole thing by turning the edit points on, grabbing the ones I need, and I can move that down to the center point here. Then I can do my new pipe very easily. So you guys are starting to get a sense. I'll make this one actually 3/8 of an inch. You guys are starting to get a sense, I hope, of, whoa, what happened there? Pipe. What is going on there? Sorry guys, I don't know what that is. Try this again. Polyline. Project is on from here to here. Arc. To intersect. Line. To there. Enter. Pipe. Create a pipe around this. Diameter 3/8 of an inch. End diameter 3/8 of an inch. Enter for none. Okay. Weird. Alright. So I hope you guys are starting to get a sense of, you know, understanding how these very simple things that we've been practicing quite a bit actually turn into something that's a far more complex system. Let me grab those, grab this, group it so that now it's all one element. That makes it pretty easy for you to then modify and copy and paste along the whole thing. So the way I'm going to do this is just copy and you know, go from the intersect point and just drop them in a particular interval that makes sense. So 3.5 feet there. Copy. I'll go up to the center point. Then you can kind of just follow the curve down. Oops. 1 foot. Well, there we go. Bye. Alright, so after you get kind of, I'm going to need 2 of those actually. near might help in this case. Yeah. So near, I can lock it onto that, so I'll say 3.5 feet again. Copy from the top of that one to the top of this one. Alright, so basically, you know, that's kind of how you get to the more detailed level. So this is very, very important. What I'm trying to prepare you for here is rendering. So we're going to be doing that coming up next week, where we're going to be rendering particular environments that have a fair bit of detail, not something that's too unbearably difficult. But you know, I'm going to give you just kind of a preview of applying materials here in a second so that you can see why it's so important. What questions do you have?